Policing, like any other profession, is a business. They try and protect us, which they're well paid to do. And for the most part, police officers do a fairly decent job in doing that. Some. My channel is all about the tyrant and corrupt ones. But when the police use tactics that undermine the public's trust is when I have a problem with that. I know all the tricks of the trade when it comes to jamming the public. And yes, the Toronto Police use that term quite often when it comes to ticketing the public. I did when I was a traffic officer. We used to call it jamming. And when I was a cop with the Toronto Police, we were all given quotas. You must write a certain amount of tickets per day if you were an enforcement officer for the day. You were also told to write tickets during your regular shift, and if you didn't, you got in trouble. There are many Toronto cops I know personally that don't do a lick of police work during their shift, but they will write an entire book of tickets. That's 25 tickets per book, just so they can go to court on their days off and make that extra bit of cash. Check out the Toronto Police Sunshine List. Some of these tyrants are making close to $400,000 a year. And the Toronto Police keep asking for more money and more money. Take Toronto Police parking enforcement officers. They're exactly the same. They are given a quota per day, which the last time I was working was 60 to 80 tickets per day. And hell, it might have gone up since then. And they park illegally to write those tickets. They go through red lights and stop signs, but nothing ever happens to them. The optics are horrible, but the Toronto Police and Chief Myron Demkew could care less.
Red light cameras are watching, and you might be surprised as to what they have found.
We turn now to a story you'll only see here. Dozens of police officers have been caught running red lights. CTV's Natalie Johnson is working on this, and Natalie, the officers were not responding to calls.
That's right, Andrea. These are all instances where police admitted that they were in the wrong. A CTV Freedom of Information request produced dozens of records that tell the story of more than 60 police vehicles caught running red lights since 2014. When the light turns red and the traffic doesn't stop, the evidence is often caught on camera. But a CTV News investigation has revealed that sometimes the culprits are the very people who police the rules of the road. CTV has uncovered dozens of documents that show Toronto police vehicles running red lights, 61 instances over 18 months.
We have a requirement under the Act to stop at each of those signals, fully ensure that it is safe to enter the intersection, and then proceed with caution. If an officer hasn't abided by the rules under the Highway Traffic Act, they can be charged.
And that's exactly what happened in all of these cases, in which police admitted that the officers' actions were not justified. Most of the instances involve police cruisers. Others involve dog services vehicles, marine unit vans, parking enforcement vehicles, and more. 9 cases involve unmarked cars, their license plates blurred to protect their identity, but all registered to 2050 Jane Street, where you find the police fleet.
Officers drive millions of kilometers a year in this city. 61, while it's something that we do look at and we do take seriously, has to be taken into context with that.
The red light cameras capture more than just images of the vehicles. Sensors in the roadway register the vehicle's speed, and the cameras also record how long the light had been red before the vehicle entered the intersection. Our investigation revealed that in some cases, some police vehicles blew through the red light more than 30 seconds after it had turned red. On March 27th, the cruiser went through the intersection of Dufferin and Glencairn 34 seconds after the light went from yellow to red. In February, a cruiser drove through the red light at Wilson and Transit Road 36 seconds after it turned red. Each fine totals $325 and is paid for by the Toronto Police. But each time, the offending officer is docked 6 hours from his or her paycheck.
So in this next video, we're going to see a gentleman. He's an auditor, and he goes by Audits Yukon. And he was arrested by the RCMP for paying for other people's parking, just so they wouldn't get tickets from this goof here in the yellow vest. Good video. Just give it a watch, and you'll see how ridiculous it's becoming and how the police are enforcing laws, feelings laws, instead of actual criminal laws.
Meter's been paid. Already done. You haven't started. You dumb shit. Dumb shit. Not letting you fucking take taxpayer money. Fucking loser. I can do this all day, man. This is what I do. I audit you guys. This is what I do. I audit enforcement. So go ahead. Change direction all you want. I have a massive pocket full of change. I can do this for hours. I'll happily pay for people's maids. Happily. Less taxpayer dollar you take, the better. You want to call RCMP? Do it. I'm not doing anything illegal. Just trying to help people avoid a ticket. Smart move. Find a new area. I'll find you shortly. Okay? I'll find you shortly. Another one that's expired. He's still sitting in his car. I'm gonna check out the other meters here in a bit, but he's on the phone right now. So I'm gonna stay around just because he's on the phone. I see that he's on the phone. $4236 city vehicle. I'm just bored. I just don't want these guys taking taxpayer money. I got some free time. I got a massive fucking pocket full of change. I might as well do something about it, you know? They get enough easy tickets as is. I have a question for later. I wonder. This is something I do not know. I don't know if these signs are for the parking lot that he's sitting in, because if you look, it says expired, and he's parked right here in an expired spot. So I wonder if he thinks he's above the law or if they are actually like allowed to park in expired spots because they are enforcement, which, you know, may be a possibility. It's something I'll have to question later. But for right now, I think he's calling the cops. I think he's talking to his boss. He was on the phone. So we'll see what he has to say. Sorry, coffee. You should have just moved on to a different area. You know what I mean? Like, instead of wasting taxpayer resources and making a call, you should have just moved on to another area. It's not a bad day. I got the time. I can stay here and enjoy this beautiful weather before it rains. I don't really want to go onto their parking lot because the parking lot is private property. It's owned by the bank. I do know that there is public parking and whatnot, but I'm not parking, nor do I want to even test that theory right now. I'm just gonna, you know, ask this gentleman a question and see what he has to say. It's still on and off his phone. Let's see. Hey sir, roll down your window real quick. I have a legit question. No? You're a good public puppet. Not answering public questions? You're trash. It's good use of taxpayer dollars right now, just sitting here in a parking lot. I knew he called you.
How are you?
I'm good. Is there an issue?
Well, I received a call about someone who was
Paying people's expired maids, their
paying
meters?
people's expired?
Yeah, any expired meter I see,
Okay, so it's not your vehicle.
Nope.
Okay. Okay. You're just walking around paying people's meter?
Yeah.
Okay. Was he okay? So you understand once he issues a ticket?
Yes, once he issues a ticket, I cannot stop it. He never issued a ticket. He went to on an he's seen that a thing was expired, so I put the change in before he even started the process.
Okay, I see. And
I have everything recorded too.
Yeah, that's okay. Are you following him around, just like
To a degree? I'm checking out meters, but I'm not really like following him per se. Like, I'm keeping a respectable distance.
Yeah.
I am gonna allow him to do his job, but again, if a meter's expired and I can help someone avoid a ticket, I'll do it.
Okay. Okay. I'll just grab your name.
Did I break a law?
No.
Then I'm not IDing.
You don't want to ID yourself?
Nope, not at all.
Okay. You understand that would be obstructing our...
Do you understand Fleming v. Ontario?
So you have to identify
No,
yourself.
I do not. Not unless I've been committed or suspected of a crime.
Okay. Okay. That's okay. Okay. We'll go talk to him. I just want to hear his version of the story.
Yep, absolutely. Can I get a name and badge number before you take off?
Sure. Everything's here. 70851.
Okay.
What's your name, please?
Durasa.
What's
Thank
your
you.
first name?
Huh?
What's your first name?
I didn't say it.
Well, you have to tell your
No, I
name.
don't.
Yes, you have.
What crime did I commit? What crime did I commit?
What's that?
What crime
Okay, it's not
did
a
I
matter
commit?
of getting a crime, sir. We got a call for service reporting you.
You know
provide
Fleming
your
v.
name.
Ontario?
No.
Exactly. You should learn it.
Okay. You're going to be arrested for obstruction if you don't give your name.
Then arrest me.
Well, we have to find out your name.
Then arrest me.
Well, I don't want to arrest you.
I'm not obstructing.
Yes, you don't provide your
Obstruction
name.
is a physical act. Okay? Right now, what I am doing is completely constitutional and completely protected.
Okay. Okay. Let's take a chill pill here.
No.
Okay.
The way you came in, telling me like you act or like you know the fucking law and yet you don't, you're being a tyrant. You need to learn the fucking law. That's exactly why I'm here. That's exactly why I'm recording.
Okay. What I'm telling you, sir, is we got a call for service.
I don't give a shit about your call. Your
Doesn't
call does
matter.
not mean anything to me.
It doesn't matter, okay? We got a call for service, okay?
Does not mean anything to me.
And you are the subject of complaint of this call.
Absolutely.
We have to make sure we identify yourself.
No, you do not.
Yes, we
No,
do.
you do not.
Yes.
Look it up. You are so wrong. It is funny.
Okay. So,
under threat of arrest, I will identify myself, but just know that you personally will be held in the lawsuit. Because again, Fleming v. Ontario, you do not have to identify
is that like
me.
a case law or something?
Yes, it is. That is Supreme Court
Can you just
law.
take your hands out of your pocket?
No, absolutely not.
Yes. I want
Look,
to see the people
nothing.
hand when they use weapons.
I don't give a fuck what you want,
Okay,
pig.
you're under arrest for
Go
obstruction.
ahead, do it.
Let's go.
Do it. My hands are behind my back. Go ahead.
Good.
Go ahead, do it.
We're going to figure out who you are.
This is a beautiful lawsuit. Thank you.
No problem.
Beautiful
You
lawsuit.
have to identify yourself.
No, I do
You have
not.
Service. Yes.
No, I do not.
Thank you.
Not unless I've been suspected or I have committed a crime.
So at this stage, you're being arrested for obstruction. You have the right to retain and instruct counsel without delay.
Yep, absolutely.
If you cannot afford to speak to a lawyer, one will be appointed to you free of charge. Do you understand?
Yep,
Do
absolutely.
you wish to call a lawyer? Do you wish to call a lawyer?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Must let you know I'm a police officer. You don't have to speak to me, but everything you say can be used as evidence. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
Perfect. You have anything on you that could poke, stick, or harm me?
No, not at all.
Nothing? Okay.
Not at all.
We're just gonna search, make sure you don't have
I do
anything
not
that could-
consent for search or seizures.
So you're arrested?
I know, but I'm still vocalizing. I know, I'm still vocalizing just because, again, this is an illegal detainment. Again, I committed no crime. I've done nothing wrong. I do not. It does not matter. I do not. I am a private citizen, and you're a fucking retard.
We got a call
Take
for
your
service.
fucking hand off of me.
No, I won't.
Take
Under
your
arrest.
fucking hand off of me.
Okay.
You're a fucking piece of shit cop. You're about to lose your job. I hope you know that.
Yeah, we have to get your name, and then we'll release you. No problem.
Don't worry. Once you guys take my name and take my ID,
You will be free to go.
there will be a court case about it, and you will be in it.
I have no idea who you are. Okay.
That's all good. You're about to find out who the fuck I am.
Okay. Why is this all this?
Why is all what?
This all.
Because of you. You're being a piece of shit.
Stay this.
That's my camera. It's recording.
Okay.
Do not stop the
We'll be
recording.
in your bag. Okay?
Do not stop the recording.
Well, I don't care. Okay? Under arrest, you have to provide your name. We get your name, you're released.
Yep.
Easy as that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay?
My wallet's right there in the pocket. You can take it.
Well, would that be just easy to give your name?
I'm standing up for my charter of rights.
Okay, no problem.
So go fuck yourself, okay?
No problem. Okay?
Don't learn from this guy. You were good. I got no issues with you. You were professional.
Are you
This guy
Anthony or-
doesn't know the law.
Are you Anthony or Sebastian?
Sebastian is my son. I am Anthony. That is not my ID. My ID is on the front.
Oh, okay.
I have government photo ID.
Okay. Well, we also have to prevent.
I don't want to hear your
Defense.
cop explaining. I don't give a shit about your cop explaining. Right now, you are in the wrong.
Okay.
I've already been in contact
Yes,
with lawyers.
you've been
I
at the
already know
station a
truth.
couple times.
Yes, I have.
Yes, put him in the car.
This is not the first time.
No problem. You have to provide your name.
Good luck. Yeah, I'm no threat.
Yeah, Anthony Moore here. We found his leg. Comprends? Il est obligé de donner son nom. Okay? Il doit donner son nom. On va call for service for him. Il ne peut pas ne pas s'identifier. Yeah, 93, 1019. Tu comprends? Pas d'affaire de. Il doit s'identifier. On a un call spécifiquement. Okay? Comment on peut prevent le Oui, je suis en ligne, il doit rester là, ça va rester là. On va pas de charge, là. Charge. Okay? Il n'y a pas de correct, il n'y a pas de charge. Il n'y a pas de defense. He's still a good. Okay? Make up. You have to provide your name. Okay, we got a call for service specifically for you. We're investigating this call. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. So, on peut voir ça va. Okay.
Mais tu sais, pourquoi il est pas genre en train de empêcher le lawful execution de avec un question.
These guys are pretty familiar with the station. Okay, I didn't recognize him. No, I didn't like him. Okay, he was arrested for me. Okay, when you were involved in the At this point, he has not been taken, except the one who was arrested. Right? Yeah. So we'll just say keep going, and maybe just avoid it, but he will be arrested. Oh, yes, for sure. So we're just going to report it, stack up the file, and consequences. At this point, he's not really taking offense. But he's big enough that it's okay, so other than rubber. Because we don't want to prevent it. Yeah, no problem. Okay, you good? Did you provide your names by the stash? Okay, let's grab this for
You're parked in a no parking zone yourself, eh? Giving other people tickets for where you're parked illegally. Unbelievable. The optics look horrible. The optics are horrible, dude. You're parked in a no parking zone, giving people tickets.
I was looking into the sun. That's why I was doing slowly, all right? Come over here in front of me.
As I was driving home on Saturday, May 17th, I observed the Ontario Provincial Police doing a ride cell phone spot check on Davis Drive. Now, where they were located was the on-ramp to the 400 North towards Barrie. Now, I'm all for catching drunk drivers, etc. But when the police are sneaky in their efforts just to jam people up, then I think that is wrong. And I'm going to show you how the OPP operates and how they catch you without warning. That's their biggest trick, is getting you without warning. So I parked nearby and sent up my drone to show you how their system works. So if you're traveling down Davis Drive, you'll be going westbound, and then you'll be getting on the on-ramp towards Barrie. Now, the way the police are situated here is they park right down where the curve begins. So you cannot see them from the road at all until you actually are committed into that lane, and then you're trapped. They also have 3 cars here with 3 different officers. They have 2 marked OPP cruisers, and they have 1, it's called a stealth car. And that car is used for anybody who comes through that check and could possibly take off. That's called a chase car. So do you see how they kind of wrangle you in here and you have nowhere to go whatsoever? It's a trick they use. They park down the ramp. You're unable to see them when you enter that on-ramp, and you're screwed. Now, when I used to do ride spot checks myself, it's kind of like a lottery system when you travel to Mexico or something and you go through customs. They let some people through, they stop other people. And the majority of cops usually stop people they think look suspicious. As you can see here, they let a couple cars go and they'll stop certain ones. And I really like to know why they do that nowadays. Why they let certain cars go and other cars stop.
Veteran defense lawyer John Weingus has spent part of his long career challenging the legality of parking tickets. At 86, he's still defending people in court.
Parking should be regulated, okay? It should not be used for the purpose of revenue.
The data shows here in the city of Toronto, $100 million in parking fines are given out every year. 247 tickets are issued every hour.
Or the city says that basically they issue these parking tickets to, quote, ensure safe traffic flow.
Oh, that's nonsense.
Why?
Because safe traffic flow has nothing to do with parking.
If I park in a, blocking a rush hour, that's got to be a traffic flow issue.
That's right. Well, rush hour that's a regulation. You cannot park during rush hour.
So it's just about gouging people, you think?
Well, they're gouging the motorists. Absolutely.
$100 million a year in revenue, nothing to sneeze at in this.
That's right. And they're not going to give that up.
And lastly, folks, we have the YouTuber called Daily Driven Exotics. His name is Damon Fryer. He's one of my favorite YouTubers, and he handles police marvelously. He puts them in their place. He doesn't let them get away with their tyrant behavior. And this is a textbook video on how to handle these tyrants that pull you over and make up speeding charges, seatbelt charges, or whatever. Watch carefully. You can learn a lot from this guy. This is textbook.
What's this guy yelling? Police officer came in behind me when we came in here.
Police officer right here behind me. He said the Lamborghini. At first he yelled Range Rover.
I don't even know. It must be noise. I wasn't going that fast.
Oh, so I pulled you over for speeding. Hey, YouTube channel?
I wasn't speeding.
You were.
How fast?
Back on Bridgeport, you were going about 70.
No. I was doing 50.
Because I was going 60 and you were getting away from me.
So do you have it on radar or laser?
Pacing.
You weren't behind me.
I was.
Really?
Yep.
You have that on camera on the dash cam?
No dash cam.
No dash cam?
Nope.
So it's just your word against mine?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Do you have your driver's license and your insurance, sir?
I do.
Excellent. You have a YouTube channel?
I do.
Excellent. What's it called?
Daily Driven Exotics.
Daily Driven Exotics. How many subscribers?
Just shy of 3 million.
3 million.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I've heard it before.
Yeah, right on. Do you guys go to court a lot for pacing?
Do I go to court a lot for pacing?
Yeah, like when people like.
Well, I'm not gonna give
dispute
you.
it.
I won't give you the reason as to why people dispute it.
No, I know why people do. I know why. But have you been to court for that before?
I have.
And do you feel like when you give an explanation of pacing someone behind them, like you have to be behind the person?
I was behind you.
You weren't right behind me. I was looking in my rearview mirror. You weren't behind me at all.
I was in the number 1 lane. You were in the number 2 lane.
And how many cars back?
About 2.
So you were behind another car behind me.
I wasn't behind you.
Right.
Directly.
So you're in an opposite lane. Behind a car.
No. You were in the number 2. So you were in the curb lane. I was in the closer lane to the double yellow.
Right. Correct.
Yep.
And then you were behind a car that was behind, obviously, the Gallardo. Because the Gallardo was in that lane.
And then I see you driving away from me while I'm going 60.
Well, I mean, if you were looking down doing 60?
Yep.
So you were looking down, but you weren't looking up at me. Or you were looking down and looking at me at the same time. These are just questions I'll ask in court, right?
I know.
So, folks, the reason I put out these videos is for educational purposes. I really hate seeing people get tickets. A lot of people deserve them. Most don't. If you are driving like an idiot or parking like a fool, you deserve to get tickets. But for the most part, people in Toronto especially have zero respect for parking enforcement officers and Toronto police officers because they abuse their powers. And I like to educate people and show them that they don't have to put up with their garbage. They can talk back in a civil way. I don't condone violence in any case, but always know your rights. If you have any questions about anything regarding police parking enforcement, please contact me. My email address is madlabpress88@gmail.com.
What did I say? I was going to give you a ticket?
No,
See you
you
on the
didn't,
next
but
one,
I like
folks.
to ask questions,
That's fair.
which isn't illegal.